there seems to be a split in ODM as a party. There seems to be a way in which I can clearly now say that ODM is splitting into two. There seems to be two factions of ODM as we speak right now. And why am I saying this? I believe there is a faction that is being run by that is being run by Raila Odinga, and that faction is firmly in the broad-based government. And then there's another faction in ODM that is being run by Sifuna, and this faction is right out, like it's not anywhere behind broad-based government and William Ruto. And why am I saying this? This one goes by the latest turn of events and the speeches that have been made, especially by the likes of Babu Owino, and the way Sifuna has still remained defiant in the recent times. Remember, Babu Owino and Raila and Sifuna and even Onyonka came out to say why they did not attend that UDA and ODM parliamentarian get together or whatever the meeting was. They came out clearly and they have stated why they did not attend that thing, because number one, they don't believe in broad-based, they don't like William Ruto, and they don't support William Ruto. So in this video, we want us to dissect these two factions and what it portends for the future of ODM as a party, for a party that has been here for the longest time. And will Raila be able to bring this party together in the way it was previously? Because as it stands right now, things are moving very fast. They are moving very far apart. And if something is not done, then these people will continue moving that way forever. And the party might just be non-existent anymore. So before I go into the details, if you're coming here for the first time, my name is the African Updater, and my work is to always ensure that I update you in what is happening in the political space. And on this segment particularly, I always share my opinion, my analysis on some of these issues. So kindly take a second to subscribe and to hit the notification bell so that anytime I post a video, you will always be the first to watch. So kindly Thank you for everyone who has subscribed, and for the return subscribers, I really appreciate you guys. So as I was saying, that ODM seems to be having like two factions. There's the faction whereby Raila Odinga and his people and members and politicians that believe in him and that follow him are firmly behind William Ruto and his re-election in 2022. Why am I saying this? I'm saying this because people like Akina Lai, people like Akina, Gladys Wanga, and all these politicians from Nyanza are fully behind Raila Odinga and William Ruto, and are even campaigning for the election of William Ruto come 2027. And mostly, these are Luo members of parliament. And then on the other side, we have the other members of parliament, the other politicians, the other members of ODM who fully don't support this broad-based thing. And we have seen them come out and say, some people like James Orengo, Edwin Sifuna, Babu Owino, Caleb Hamisi, and so many of them have come out to say that, Baba, we are not with you in this broad-based thing. So Raila Odinga has not been able to really convince the people like Akina Sifuna why they need to support William Ruto. Though he himself have come out openly to say that he supports William Ruto and he intends to work with William Ruto until 2027. I think I'm going to show you just a few videos here so that I can back whatever I'm saying. I can back up whatever I'm saying and with facts, and then I will come back and then I'll give my analysis. So kindly take a second to watch the videos.
Wanasema tupunguze siasa kidogo, tungoje tufike 2027, lakini mimi nauliza, si lazima sisi wote tufike 2027? Wewe huwezi kutuambia tungoje 2027 na unatuua leo. Vijana zaidi ya 40 ya Apostle waliwawa wakati wa maandamano ya Sabasaba peke yake. Ukipiga hiyo hesabu, watu zaidi ya 1032 watakuwa wamekufa kupitia mtutu wa bunduki wa William Ruto tukifika 2027. Hawa watu hawatapata fursa ya kupiga Kasongo teke. So sisi tunasema hatuna shida kungojea mpaka 27, lakini we must all get there. You must guarantee the right to life as the most important life, because kama ni Mungu amekupea uhai, wewe binadamu unatoa wapi nguvu ya kuchukua maisha ya mwananchi? Kwa hivyo
instead of seeing the broad-based government, you see the broad-based corruption, BBC. Ukiangalia nyuma yake Unaona pesa kwa e-citizen 40 billion imekulwa.
Why did you snap the meeting? Because you've been branded and labeled as a rebel together with your other colleagues. What is going on within the party? Why did you snap, first of all, going for that meeting? Because it's on very rare occasions where you have something like this happen, and you have people like yourselves who will then decide, no, we're not going. Baba is there, yes, but we're not going there.
Dennis, I've always said, and I will say it again and again and again, but number one, I respect Baba Raila Amolo Odinga. He's my party leader. He's my leader. I respect him so much. And never will you find me fighting Baba in the public domain. But when the NADCO report was being drafted, when there was an agreement between ODM and UDA on the BBI, the BBG, the broad-based government,
yes,
I was not consulted. As a member of parliament, I ought to have been consulted because I represent the views of my constituents. I was not consulted. So therefore, when a meeting is called, if they didn't consult me, why did they want to consult me any further?
Was this the same case with Sifuna? Because Sifuna actually read.
Sifuna also has his own reasons. And number two, on that specific day, I chose to do the most important and urgent things, which was performing my conjugal rights. So I chose that which was more important to me
Come on, Babu.
than attending the broad-based government.
No, Babu,
Father, that's got something else to do.
You have watched the videos and you can clearly hear what these people are saying. And they can clearly know that there is a big difference. There's clearly outlining differences between these two factions. Now, let us look at it critically. A while back, we had Gachagua come and tell us that because I want us to understand that is there Ruto's hand in all this, in the split in ODM? And if there is a split in, if Ruto really intended to split ODM, what does he intend to achieve from it? Number one, Gachagua came out a while back and said that William Ruto had plans of working with Raila, but his real intention was to split ODM. But as we sit right now, he started working with Raila, and as things are turning right now, ODM is splitting. So how is that beneficial to someone like William Ruto? Because that one, number one, it reduces the influence of Raila Odinga. Because Raila Odinga no longer has that consolidated number of supporters that he used to have. If some people don't believe in, if some people don't follow don't believe in his ideology. So that will be a beneficial to William Ruto, because Raila now doesn't stand to be a threat to him come 2027, because he will have split ODM and people will be speaking from different sides. So that will be very beneficial to ODM, because those ones who believe in William Ruto and were in ODM will follow William Ruto, and that is because William Ruto is a politician that thrives on one very important thing, and that is the divide and rule. That is the William Ruto style of politics. And if you understand that divide and rule thing, then I don't think you will blame him, because that is how politicians thrive in most part. That is the art of politics, basically. Like, you divide people based on ideas or whatever thing or tribe, and then you rule over them, because you later present yourself as the solution or the savior to their problems. So that is it. But now let's come to ODM. Let's come to ODM and Raila Odinga. So Raila Odinga has been able, because you remember initially when ODM started, it started as a one party. And in the process, kumbe, the ODM thing, back then, the original ODM, someone ran with that certificate. And this one brought a lot of split in ODM until someone like Gitogu Manyara came and saved ODM the last minute when we were getting to 2007 election. Until ODM, there was two ODM. There was ODM in the ballot, which was with Raila Odinga, and then there was ODM Kenya, which this ODM Kenya, Kalonzo Musyoka was the one who was the party leader of ODM Kenya. So we had like two parties under ODM in 2007. So is the same thing repeating itself right now? I feel like the same thing might just repeat itself, but in a different way. Because right now, Raila Odinga has really tried to convince some members to support this broad-based thing. But there are some people who are defiant. Even the Secretary General of his party has remained defiant. People like Akina, Professor Nyang' Nyong'o has remained non-committal to this broad-based thing. James Orengo has come out clearly to air his opinion that he doesn't support William Ruto and he doesn't support the broad-based thing. And he has remained unshaken. He has not changed his stand. He has remained firm. Even when he went missing and people thought that, oh, sijui nini na nini, he still came out and said, I still don't support the broad-based thing. So Raila Odinga is facing a really tough time because he doesn't know what to do, because he has not clearly set the vision of why he's working with William Ruto. And that is where these differences comes in. Because many people, someone like Babu Owino is saying clearly that we were not consulted. Why? When they were doing that broad-based thing. So where should we be consulted right now? And you can see the responses that Babu Owino is giving. Babu Owino is directly responding to Raila and telling him that I don't know that I have, as much as I respect you, but as it stands right now, you don't have my interest at heart. I might be your son, I might have fought for you, but you have clearly shown me that you don't have my interest at heart. And this one, I think Babu Owino learned it the hard way when Raila came out openly to endorse and to support Sakaja for 2027 re-election as a governor of Nairobi. I think this one really hurt Babu Owino to a point whereby he realized the man that he has been fighting for, the man that he has been doing everything that he almost died for during the protest and everything. This man does not like him, this man does not endorse him, and this man will never like him. So he has decided that as much as I respect you since you are Raila Odinga, but I'm going to shape my own path, I'm going to create my own path, and I'm going to follow what I want. I'm not going to start listening to you anymore. Because even if I listen to you, there's nowhere you will take me. There's nowhere. You are not anywhere in my plans and in my future. And you have shown me that you will not endorse me for anything. So let me fight my own way. So that is what Babu Owino has done. For someone like Edwin Sifuna made it so clearly. Because Edwin Sifuna, and I've always insisted that Edwin Sifuna is not being directed. People keep on saying that when you hear Edwin Sifuna speak, just know that that is Raila speaking. No, it is very, very clear that Edwin Sifuna is not speaking because Raila is sending him or something. This is a man who has seen Raila, and he has studied Raila, and he has realized that the future that he stands right now, the Raila is not part of that future. He has realized that Raila is there to serve his own interest and his interest alone. And Sifuna is not having it. Sifuna has decided that no matter what happens, the consequences that will come with him being the Secretary General of ODM and opposing what Raila and ODM is saying, he's ready for any consequences. He's ready to be removed. He's ready to do whatever he needs. But he's not going to board that William Ruto ship. He has decided that let that sink. If that ship is going to sink, he's not going to be part of it. So there's some clear split in ODM. So what does this portend for the future of ODM? I'm very worried that if Raila Odinga does not manage to bring or to convince people whether why they are really in the government, then this ODM will not be there by 2027. And if it will be there, it will be a shell of itself. Because I see many people leaving ODM, and these people will be led by none other than Babu Owino and Edwin Sifuna. These will be the people that will take ODM out, people out of ODM. Because there are people who will believe in ODM, who will believe in Sifuna and everything, and they are going to leave ODM. The moment Sifuna and Babu Owino and some ODM members will start saying that now, for where it has reached, we have to leave and form our own party. Trust you me, many people will live with him. Many people will live with them out of ODM. That is what is here. So if Raila really wants to consolidate ODM and consolidate his support base the way he does, he needs to find a way of either leaving William Ruto, which even if he leaves William Ruto at this time, I don't think anything will change. Because the truth of the matter is, Raila's influence has been restricted to Nyanza region. That is the reality. The support that Mzee used to enjoy global, countrywide, has been reduced to a Nyanza influence. Because even Western, you can see the people, the likes of Akina Sifuna, how they are speaking. And lawyers are taking cue. Lawyers are learning from this. And you know, Edwin Sifuna anataka tu asukumwe out of ODM by force, so that lawyers can rally behind him. And unajua Sifuna is a politician that is loved by all lawyers. He's not like a lawyer for the Maragori or for this or for this, no. So Sifuna is just waiting for that opportune moment when he will be chased out of ODM. And once he's chased out of ODM, that is how he's going to go with all the other members of ODM, all the lawyer votes and all that thing. So that is what he's waiting for. And that is why he's still there, but he's still saying, no, I don't support this, I don't support. And Raila understands that very well. That's why Raila doesn't want to lose Sifuna. He wants to deal with him, but in a different way. So he still hasn't figured out how he's going to remove Sifuna or replace Sifuna or deal with Sifuna's defiance. But also remember that Raila is also looking at who can replace Sifuna as the SG of ODM. All the people who are there, none of them is that strong to replace Sifuna. So he's also looking at the options. Who is strong enough to replace Sifuna? None. The politicians, the current politicians who are there, none of them. And he cannot take a Luo politician to make him the Secretary General of ODM. That will clearly show the country that ODM is a Luo affair party. It's not a countrywide affair. So he cannot risk to take Sifuna and put him there. So he can take someone from any other region. And that is the gamble for him. He's really looking at it. How will I be able to manage this? So as we speak right now, I can clearly and categorically say that ODM has two factions. And that is the way it is. So anyway, guys, tell me what you think about that in the comment section. But above it all, as I always insist, let us remain respectful. Share your opinion, but in an objective way. Do not insult any leader. It is not right. You can share your points without insulting people and looking abusive, because we want to create a safe space for everyone to share your opinion in politics, because at the end of the day we are all looking for one thing, for good governance. So thank you. My name is the African Updater. See you next time. Bye bye.
The African